How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to another Let's Build episode. For those of you who remember the last episode, we had just finished the main chassis of the Valvrave 5 Beast on High unit. So now, let's get into some of the decorations, shall we? I'll just leave this right here so that you can follow along if you would like. So it looks like the first thing we're going to want to do is get C. You go ahead and see where our C went. I found one C, but we want the first C, C1, because we're going to chop out that collarbone right there. I don't know if I have mentioned this in a previous video, but we will be giving this particular Valvrave unit a pretty nice custom paint job. The next piece we will need is from the A sprue, specifically our black A1. And it looks like we need number 27 and 26. These guys. So for our custom paint job, I was thinking that we completely flip all the white colors with all the blue colors. And instead of having the white colors white, we make all the black white. None of that made any sense. I am so very sorry. It says we need the Q and some stickers in here as well. However, that would mean that we need to get these guys out. And I'm not ready for these yet because we are going to custom. Now, let's go ahead and just get rid of some of the unpleasantness. Nicked up a little bit more than I should have, and my file is saying hello to the camera. Try the flat side. That's a little bit more control. There we go. Beautiful. And once more, just to finish this little flare armor piece up, and to do the same on his twin here. I'm worried about damaging that fin right here, the very tip, so I switched to the rounded side of my file. But go ahead and switch back to the flat now, since the rest of these pieces are fairly flat. And we'll just clean that up. Beautiful. got a little bit of a nick on there. But it's easier to round out files like the ones on curves if you use the flat edge, because otherwise those curves become inverted. Or at least I find they do. Oops. Work with me. I don't know how loud that was, but hopefully it wasn't too loud. Okay, now let's put these guys on here. Plug our first flare piece in, right like that. And then we'll do the same on this side as well. I know the light and the size of the piece makes it hard to see, but we've got them in the little holes that were made for them. Next, we have the chassis. And you would think that it goes like this, but you'd be wrong, because it actually goes like this. And we'll just plug that right on in there. Perfect. Next on our list, there's a Q here. Q3. And I'm trying to remember where Q3 is. Here is our third Q. And what we need is the big chest piece in the middle. So we'll go ahead and clip that off. Oops, dropped it. Set that Q aside. And now we need S1 5. So let's go ahead and find our S plate. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little bit spread out. And it takes me a while to find specific plates. But we need 5, which is right there. That gorgeous little jut. The black sprues give this nice popping sound. That wasn't a good example of it, but here we go. The first one was really nice. Alrighty. Now we need another Q3 piece, 13, right there, the little fins. So we will snip that. Very nice sound there. Snip that. And I find that with the V-fins, it's easy to cut them off when you apply a little bit of pressure with your thumb right there on the gate. Clip like that, and that prevents the V-fin from getting too damaged when you cut it out. Next we need R1, and I believe that that is a blue piece, but I could be wrong. I'm right. R1 is a blue sprue, and we need the 14th piece on this sprue. Being careful not to cut off any of the details on this guy, because if you look closely, if the camera will focus, there is a little bump right on the edge of that gate. And that is something we don't want to cut off because it is actually a part of the detail and not a part of the gate. So we'll just give this guy one last snip. Broke fairly easy. And then we've got some work inside here to do. Cutting this out. Goodbye and goodbye. Get rid of that one, and we'll just set our little free-moving piece there. Our last R for this one, our last piece for this step, is from the R1 sprue as well. So we'll grab you again. Didn't think I'd see you so soon. We need 11, which is right here. Snip, snip, and snip. So let's get to filing these guys. Bandai has become really good at getting rid of their mold lines on pieces. There are a few that I am seeing. It's very hard to tell in the camera. But I'm not worried about them because, quite honestly, they are in a place that probably won't see the light of day very often. Get rid of that little white fuzz. Still a little bit of a gate mark there, but I think that's good enough for me. There we go. Perfect. Now once again, there is options for the sticker right here and right here, but since we will be painting, we don't need to worry about them just yet. Going back to the colors, because I don't feel like I explained them very well. All the black pieces will be switched to white. All the blue pieces, I take that back. I'm confusing myself now. All the black pieces that you see here will be blue. All the blue pieces that you see will be white. Yes. And all the white pieces will be black. And actually, since this is a custom, why the heck not? Let's make the inner frame black. And the pieces we are going to make black are white guys here. Why don't we make them gray? I think that the black inner frame will just have a lot more areas of accent than the white ones will. And it's really nice to switch up all the colors. Come on and get off of there. The poly caps, of course, we will not touch. That is a dangerous area to go spray painting because so many of the poly caps are very reliant upon squeezing in just as they are. And if we go painting them, it might agitate the fit that they already have. So let's get on with it, as it were, and start attaching some pieces. Our big blue fin piece is the first step. If you see that one in the diamond there, and we'll go on to our second step, which is to assemble everything up here, minus the stickers for now. Just for now. Perfect. Now this blue piece is going to have a little bit of say. But when we attach him here, he's going to lose a lot of the mobility that he had. See? There's a little bit of wiggle room with these guys. I'm sorry, I keep going out of camera. But there's not much. Very nice, very nice. Let's see if we can get this last panel finished up before we run out of time. We need our A1s here, 4, 10, and 9. So let me just grab our combat knives off the sprue. Not a satisfying clip out of either of those clips. See if we can get a better one here. There we go. That's the sound that we know and love. If you have seen the series, then you know why this particular suit is a very emotional suit. And if I just ruined anything for you, I'm very sorry. We need the E1 sprue. Where did E1 run off to? Here it is. But one of the reasons that I like the blue suit, other than the fact that the blue suit is kind of tanky as far as the Valvraves go, and tanking is my favorite MMO style of play. But other than the fact that it's blue and it's a tank, the kit and the unit was its pilot. Its pilot. First of all, I did not think that the blue suit was going to be introduced as quickly as it was. And I don't want to put any spoilers out there, but I was very excited when the blue suit did make an appearance in its rollout episode. And the pilot of the blue suit has to be one of my favorite characters from the show. Most of the other characters are kind of caught up in their own angst because they are all high school pilots. But I am sure that under the same circumstances, I would be no better at making the tough calls that the high school students had to make. Almost done here. I accidentally filed off a little bit of the knife. I hope no one notices. There we go. I won't be doing the back to the engine here because it requires our cue piece once again, and I don't want to risk breaking any of the clear pieces because clear pieces are very delicate. But the other pieces come from the A sprue. A1, and that is this guy right here, and this guy right here. Seeing as how they connect to the green piece to go in, I will be leaving them on the sprue. But let's go ahead and finish up this episode. So we're going to take our back protector here and just shove him into the two little holes. Quite like that. And we will take our combat knives and they will go just right under the shoulder joint for quick and easy access. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to finish up our chassis. We have our inner frame from last episode, and we have our armor pieces. I may have lost a little bit of audio somewhere in the middle, but I hope I didn't lose you. And I hope that you have a wonderful breakfast time, lunch time, dinner time, night time, daytime, cereal time, TV time, work time, pretty much any time that you have stumbled across these videos. Until the next time, guys.